I found out that the man I thought was my father wasn't my biological dad, and I moved in with my real dad. Now, years later, my adoptive dad refuses to walk me down the aisle, saying I'm no longer his daughter. For the first 15 years of my life, I truly believed he was my father. We did everything together, birthday parties, holidays. He was always there for me. But then, everything fell apart. My mom confessed she had cheated years ago, and the man I had always called Dad wasn't actually my biological father. That truth shattered me, but it wasn't just the revelation itself. It was how it changed everything in my life. Suddenly, my biological father wanted to be part of my life. Naturally, I was curious and wanted to get to know him. My mom's affair had rocked my world, but this was a part of me I felt I needed to explore. I never expected my dad, the one who raised me, to be so hurt by it. But I saw the pain in his eyes every time I chose to spend time with my biological father. Even though he tried to hide it, I could feel him pulling away. He still told me he loved me and tried to keep things normal, but things were different between us. When I turned 20, things got worse. I was struggling, had dropped out of college, and wasn't doing much with my life. My adoptive dad, the only dad I had known, called me out on it. We had a huge fight, and in the heat of the moment, I said something I'll always regret. "You're not my real dad." I didn't even mean it the way it sounded. I was just angry and frustrated. I didn't want him to feel like he could control me anymore. But those words broke something between us. He told me that if that's how I felt, there was nothing left to say. After that, I moved out and went to live with my biological father. I didn't think it was a permanent move, or that I was choosing one over the other. But as the years passed, the distance between my adoptive dad and me grew. He stopped reaching out. I allowed it to happen, and it wasn't until my biological father passed away in 2019 that I realized how much I had truly lost. Not just him, but the man who had raised me. When I got engaged, I knew I wanted my adoptive father to walk me down the aisle. I thought it could be a fresh start for us, a way to make amends. So, I reached out to him, pouring my heart into a message, admitting how much I had hurt him in the past, and hoping he would understand how much I still needed him. But he refused. He said I was no longer his daughter and that he had moved on. I was in disbelief. After everything, I thought parents were supposed to love their children unconditionally. I told him it wasn't my fault that I wanted to know my biological father, but he didn't change his mind. He said it wasn't about that. It was about how I treated him afterward. Maybe he's right, but it doesn't make the pain any less. Now, everyone is telling me he's ruining my wedding day. My family thinks he should just come, that this is his chance to re-enter my life. But he doesn't want to, and I don't know how to make him see that I've never needed him more than I do now.